Hey friend, welcome to the Badass is the New Black podcast, where our motto is done is better than perfect. I'm Chrissy Chin, here on a mission to help you grow your business online, turn your leads into lifelong customers, and scale to six figures and beyond so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more. Most importantly, I'm a laid-back wife, a mom, a friend who started as a peds nurse, turned network marketer, and now a serial entrepreneur. This podcast is for ambitious people with an idea, a vision, but no idea how to get there. On this podcast, I'll give actionable steps to keep you moving forward while you learn new business strategies, better systems and processes, marketing, sales, all the things you need to build and scale a blissful business that keeps your pocketbooks growing. Grab a beverage, open up your notes app, and let's get to it. Welcome to the 166th episode of Badass is the New Black. We are in season 6, technically episode 1 of season 6, but overall this is our 166th episode. Holy cow, most podcasts don't make it past episode 10. So this is a huge achievement, and I just want to celebrate with you also because I tend to not do things consistently for very long. So the fact that I've been at this for 6 years is like a personal accomplishment. So let's just do a little New Year's celebration for that. Gave you a little break at the end of the year with podcast episodes, and we're back to set the tone for the new year. Now we're going to use this time together today to talk about goals versus resolutions and which you should have for your business and even for your personal life. Now, if I am being honest, I thought that 2023 would be the best year, better than it actually was. Less busy, I thought there'd be more profit. Anyone else have really high hopes and expectations for 2023? It was like felt like we were fully coming out of the pandemic. Things were a lot more open and we're like, yes, this is the year. We're going to be back to normal. Things are going to be great. And then maybe you're thinking, okay, didn't quite end up how I had hoped or anticipated or dreamed that it would be. Are you there? That's where I am right here. At the beginning of 2023, I had this mindset of this is it. This is the year that it's going to be huge. My goal was to bring in over $1 million in revenue for the year. My friend, that did not happen. The year was actually really busy for us, lots of projects, and it makes sense when I actually went back and reflected on my walk this morning of everything that we did in the last year, because while we didn't hit some of these goals that we wanted, when I look back, I'm like, wow, we did a lot. I wrote a book this year. We reformatted our signature program, Build a Blissful Business. We created 3 new small programs to help people just kind of getting started in this space. We launched our VIP coaching program for people that want to work one-on-one with me and the team and Claire. We started doing done-for-you service at the end of 2022, but really refined our process for that and really took on a lot of done-for-you clients, people that wanted websites built for them. And so if I look back on 2023, it makes perfect sense. And actually, in the realm of what we accomplished, we were incredibly successful. Some of the things that I had hoped would happen didn't happen, and that's okay. I have the mindset and the mentality of it's all right, we can do things differently this year and we can keep moving forward. I'm not going to let that discourage me and hold me back. Okay, but now I understand, gosh, why did it feel so busy? Because we created so much over the last year. And so it was not a year of sit back and just make $1 million like I had felt or thought or hoped, right? Someone was laughing at me in that aspect. But I'm kind of the person that doesn't let that discourage me. And I can say that I really do feel it this year, that there are going to be some major energetic shifts, and not just for me. I'm just sort of feeling this like out there in general, like there's going to be some energy shifts that are going to be really positive and impactful for me and for you and everyone else out there. And I learned a lot in 2023 that we're going to be able to take into 2024 and use what we learned and that clarity that we received to really channel that in 2024 and make something really powerful and magical happen in this new year. I personally got so much clarity on different areas in my life, clarity about my personal relationships, what I wanted my relationship with my husband to be, and how I wanted that to blossom and transform, and how I wanted that to look. I got so much clarity around finances and how I'm really lacking in that area. But the clarity that I got there and really what I need to focus on and learn to move forward is going to help me propel in 2024. So I want you to think just kind of right now, what is something that maybe you discovered about yourself in 2023? And maybe you're going to have to take some meditation time later or go for a walk out in nature and just think about this. Something that you discovered for yourself personally or for your business that maybe it wasn't your proudest moment or something that you struggled with, but it really got you thinking and realizing something and getting clarity. And now you have better insight to make some adjustments in 2024 to really make an impactful change for yourself, for your community, and for your family. To have this vision that you had maybe at the beginning of 2023 and it didn't pan out, that you can make that vision that you had an actual reality in 2024. So I do really feel like this was a collective for people in 2023 to actually be a year and a season of learning more about yourself, learning more about your business, learning what works and what doesn't work. And now taking that vision that you maybe had at the beginning of 2023 and bringing that into 2024 and using what you've learned to make 2024 a really magical year. So here's the thing about business and why I want you to stay focused on your business and not be looking at other people's businesses, because we are all in different stages and in different seasons of our business. So I mentioned last year was a year of creation for me. Now Claire and I are years into business. Sometimes we often think of, our first year of business is going to be creation. And then we're going to fine tune our systems and process. And then we're going to scale our business in year 3. Well, we have done, and what I'm finding out and learning about this entrepreneurial journey is that there are waves and flows and ups and downs and all of this where you can do creation and growth and scaling, and then you can kind of come back down and kind of go basically start over and do more creation. And maybe it's creation built upon the creation that you had before. Maybe it's restructuring. For us, we had to restructure one of our businesses so that we could be profitable in that business again. And so it was a lot of kind of feeling like, gosh, we got to start from scratch here. And so we were in this creation mode. And so your business and where you're at is going to be a lot different. So again, anyway, we were in this year of creation. Providing some of our concepts and our services, fine-tuning those systems and those processes for those services. This is a year for growth for us. Taking what we learned and what we created and using them to grow this year, grow our brand and our business. We are rebranding. So what was the Chrissy Chin is now K&C Creative. It's Chrissy and Claire together in this brand. Now I'll still be doing the podcast episodes solo, as this is my jam and the thing that I love to do. But if you go to the website, it's if it's not today, when this is out, it's going to be like early January. We have rebranded and everything will eventually be K&C Creative, Claire and I together. So just a lot of new things. This year we're focusing on taking this new rebrand that we have and getting it out into the world in front of more people. And we're doing that in multiple different ways. One of the ways is through my book, my new book, which is called Sell While You Sleep. It comes out in 2 weeks on January 18th, which is incredibly exciting. So that's something that I've been working on. I've been talking about it. I will share with you at the end how to get on that wait list, thechryssychin.com/book. Get on the wait list there, and I'll explain more about why that'll be really impactful for your business. But we're also working on growing our network and our community in terms of just people that we know. Claire and I have joined a networking community called the Mixer Mind, hosted by Linda Sadu. The doors are closed right now, but that community is 95 badass women that are all there with the main goal of building relationships and collaborating and supporting one another in business and using our networks and our network reach to help put each other in the right right places and in front of the right people and building these relationships. And so those are two of the biggest things that we're using and leveraging this upcoming year to have this goal of growth and expansion, to serve a lot more people. So that's where I'm at in my business. But you might be at a different stage. You might be in that creation stage or proof of concept stage. So while I am here sharing all of my wisdom that I continue to gather about business as I'm learning it, I do want you to stay focused on your business and knowing where you are and what your desires are and where you want to go, because we're all different. And then just listening to these weekly messages on the podcast, or if you prefer to read in blog style or watch on YouTube, that you're staying focused on your business, your desires, your dreams and outcomes, your goals that we'll talk about here in a little bit, and taking the little nuggets and pieces that you can use, and even like my little posts on social media, to use that and stay focused on your business, stay in your lane. So for this episode, I want to talk about goals versus resolutions, because this is the time of year that we all set New Year's resolutions. And then in about 2 months, we fall off the wagon and our resolutions have been stomped to the ground, right? We haven't kept up with our resolutions. It's like kind of the running joke of like, yes, we'll set these New Year's resolutions. And then, maybe even 2 weeks, we're like, screw those resolutions, right? I'm out. So I want to talk about these two and discourage you from setting New Year's resolutions and what to do instead. So let's first take a look at the difference between a resolution and a goal. So by definition, a resolution is just a firm decision to do or not do something. So many of us set health resolutions. So, I want to get healthy in the new year. Or your business. Your resolution may be, I want to take my business serious this year. Like that's my New Year's resolution, to really get serious about my business and actually do something with it this year. It's very vague. It's very broad, just kind of fluffy out there. And we'll get into some of the specific things on why this isn't a good option. Now, a goal is an aim or objective that you work towards with effort and determination. So a goal is a lot clearer. I have a goal to quit my job and make $5,000 a month in my online business. Okay, a goal, it's specific, it's measurable. You probably learned some of those things. Timely, right? By when. So we have some specifics about it. So let's break down these two, and we're going to look at 5 different areas: clarity of intent, goals versus resolutions, flexibility and adaptability, implementation strategies, mindset and focus, and then evolution and reflection. So we're going to look at these 5 categories, and we're going to talk about goals versus resolution. So in the clarity of intent, goals are that they're specific, they're measurable, they're time-bound objectives that provide a clear roadmap for achievement. They're often rooted in a specific outcome or accomplishment. So very clear, like what I said before, my goal is to make $5,000 a month by July, through the end of the year, right? It's very clear. We can measure it. We know what the time is. And so it can provide a clear roadmap for us to achieve that. Whereas a resolution, they tend to be broader declarations of intent. While they express a desire for some positive change, resolutions really may lack the specificity and structure found in a well-defined goal. So, my New Year's resolution is to take my business serious this year. Or my New Year's resolution is to make my business really profitable this year, right? It's not very clear. So our clarity of intent, it's not very clear there. So we want to lean towards the goal versus the resolution. Number 2, flexibility and adaptability. So goal setting allows for flexibility and adjustment. Now, you might actually be programmed to think like a goal is set in cement. The goal is the goal and I either hit the goal or I don't. But really, goal setting allows for flexibility and adjustment. As circumstances change, goals can be revisited or adapted to align with your evolving priorities. So if mid-year you're like, man, this is just, we are not at on track to reach our goal because of whatever circumstance, you realized you had to pay for this expense in your business. And so it wasn't going over here towards marketing or, whatever it is, you can adjust those goals. So you don't have to keep a goal for the end of time. Now, in terms of flexibility and adaptability for resolutions really may lack the adaptability of goals. So when faced with unexpected challenges, resolutions can be harder to modify, potentially leading to frustration in the original plan, and then it becomes impractical. And really, my thought process behind this is that because resolutions are just vague, really, like my resolution is to be healthy this year. I mean, you could set a resolution of you want to lose 10 pounds. I would say that's more of a goal, right? And so just resolutions, it's just like, well, I'm not healthy because I hurt my back at the beginning of the year and now I'm struggling with that. That was me last year, right? In February, I hurt my back and literally I'm still dealing with the aftermath. We're coming up on a year here with constant sciatic nerve pain. And so I could be like, oh, this resolution of like being healthy, like it just didn't happen for me. Okay. Number 3 is the implementation strategies. So achieving goals often involves breaking them down into actionable steps. So this strategic approach helps individuals create a plan and take consistent, manageable actions towards their objectives. So if you have a goal of making $5,000 a month by the end of the year, you can work on breaking that down into actionable steps from the beginning of the year through the end to make sure that happens, to take consistent actions towards that. Whereas resolutions may lack a systemic approach, making them challenging to implement. And without a clear plan, you might struggle and turn your resolutions into tangible action. So if your resolution is just, my New Year's resolution is that I'm going to focus on my business and make it successful. How do we create plans to do that? Really? So setting that goal, that measurable goal, this is what I want to make by this amount of time, allows us to work backwards. Number 4, mindset and focus. Goal setting fosters a forward-thinking mindset, encourages you to focus on the steps needed to achieve your desired outcome. So by end of year, this is my goal, and we're thinking forward, encouraging you to make those steps to achieve that. Whereas resolutions may emphasize the desire for change without providing that clear path forward. I really want to be healthy. That's my resolution. I really want to be successful. But it doesn't allow you to break it down into clear steps needing to move forward. And so this can kind of lead to more abstract and less actionable oriented mindset, right? This is of the mindset and the mentality of where you're just kind of letting things flow in and happen to you versus setting those goals, those steps, and taking action so that you can get your desired outcome. Number 5 is evolution and reflection. So goals lead themselves to evolution as they often come with measurable criteria, right? I want to grow my email list by 500. I want to generate $5,000 a month in revenue. Regular assessment allows you to track that progress. Having a pulse on your business every single week. Knowing what your numbers are, how many people opted in, how many offers did we sell, how many members stopped purchasing. If you have something with recurring income, or you've got memberships, or you're selling products through an affiliate company and you've got regular purchasers, how many of those people are on your auto ship programs? You should know these numbers. How many are on your auto ship? And then the next month, how many fell off? How many stopped ordering every month? As a true business owner, these are the numbers that you should be keeping track of regularly and paying attention to, so that 6 months down the road, you're not like, oh, I'm not making nearly as much money anymore. Why and how did this happen? You can see after, a month or 2 months, oh gosh, we're losing people on our membership. We're losing people on our subscription services. How do we get that number back up? How do we retain people? Right? So that measurable criteria allows you to regularly assess and track that progress. Allows you to celebrate those achievements. If you are on track and you're hitting those, celebrate those little wins and adjust your strategies if needed. Oh gosh, we're making a lot more money than we thought. Let's adjust this. Let's adjust the strategy, or and we can do more. Or if you have two different strategies, Claire and I are looking at leveraging Pinterest more, leveraging our YouTube channel more. And so we've got these goals that we're setting in terms of a growth factor, which will lead to revenue goals that we have set. But if we realize 3 months in that YouTube is the channel for us that's really gaining traction and bringing people in, and Pinterest isn't really doing anything for us, we can shift that strategy and say, okay, let's take the energy and time and investment here in Pinterest. Let's move it over to YouTube because that is working really well. So that allows us to, when we're tracking the numbers, this is why numbers are very important. A very big lesson that I learned 2 years ago that I talk about deeply in my book about knowing the numbers. That allows you to shift the strategies if needed so that you can better achieve your goals. Now, resolutions in terms of evaluation and reflection may lack that built-in evolution metrics, making it harder to measure that success. Again, it's just sort of like this vague thought of like, I want to do better, I want to be better. And this can result in less frequent reflection on progress and may hinder your ability to stay motivated. It's very as likely why most people don't stick to their New Year's resolutions, just because of the general nature of a resolution. And so while both goals and resolutions represent a commitment to personal growth, whether it's your personal or your business, it represents a commitment to growth. It's really important to set goals and not resolutions. Goals are going to help you actually achieve the outcomes that you want and not resolutions. So here is my permission to not set a New Year's resolution. As you see everyone posting in the next few days, my New Year's resolution is to this. You can say, I am boycotting New Year's resolutions and I am only setting goals for this year that you're going to be able to, you don't have to know you're going to be able to achieve those goals because I want you to stretch for your goals. But not another New Year's resolution that you just break after 2 weeks or 2 months and then feel discouraged and disappointed. So I am going to be offering a goal setting training. This training will be available for anyone who invests in my upcoming book, Sell While You Sleep. So I mentioned publication date is January 18th. So this is such an important part of starting the year off right, of seeing success in your business, is doing proper goal setting and creating that plan for the year. And I'll walk you through kind of how Claire and I do this in terms of setting our goals and working backwards to ensure that we are setting our goals up in a way that we have a plan for the entire year that's going to remove that overwhelm of achieving this goal and give you actionable steps to achieve it, and how to really kind of track that data to make sure that you're achieving those goals. So this training is going to be, like I said, for anyone who invests in the upcoming book, Sell While You Sleep. It goes on sale January 18th. That's a publication day, to ensure that you get access to all of the bonuses, including this goal setting workshop. Go to thechrissychin.com/book, enter your name and your email and get on that wait list, because then I'm going to email you out on publication day to make sure that you have the correct link to order, and so that you can then submit back in for this goal setting bonus. And I'm doing some other really amazing bonuses for the book. For those that purchase, I am giving you instant access to the first couple chapters of my book so you can get started reading right away. We have created a digital workbook because this isn't a book just for consuming. This book is really for helping you take actionable steps towards turning your knowledge, your skills, your passions into a real profitable business that gives you back more time with your family. So that is really what the book is about. It's called Sell While You Sleep, but it's about turning your knowledge into an automated online business and creating a life of freedom, designing your business around your dream life, not your dream life around your business, and how to do that, and how to really offer that perfect offer that allows you to do what you want and allows you to sell a lot of it while it's working on automations, while you're spending more time with your family, while you're doing more of the things that you love. So that is really what the book is about. So we're also, in addition to this workbook, including a book club with weekly live calls with me so that we can discuss the topic from that week, and then I can answer your question. So I'll have more information in the next couple episodes. There will be more information on the waitlist page. So again, go to thechrissychin.com/book. And I'll be back next week to talk more about the book and how it can impact your business and your goals and make them more achievable in less time. Thank you for coming, for joining me in this new year, for setting the tone for the new year. I cannot wait to see the goals that you set and how you propel your business forward, how you leverage what you learned, the clarity that you gained in 2023, and really use that to make 2024 magical. I will be here with you next week. Until then, go out there and take some imperfect action. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got some value out of this episode, I would love some support. And the best way to do that, so I can keep showering you with loads of actionable tips, is to hit that subscribe button. Leave a review or a comment if you're on YouTube, and share this podcast with a friend. And when you share it with a friend on social, please tag me so I can reshare your share in my stories. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out. I appreciate the heck out of you for showing up. And now it's time for you to take imperfect action so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more.